Oof. Hello, everybody. I see Mr. B, who was in first. Congratulations, you get the gold medal. And I see Matria. Matria's here as well. Welcome, folks. We'll see if people start trickling in. I know there's some negativity about this game. That would be an understatement, right? But I still love it. And I want to play it. And I think that it's kind of uniquely suited for live streams because, you know, a lot of people ding it for being a little empty, a little slow paced and a little quiet, but I think that makes for a perfect live stream game because that makes it so that I can talk to y'all a little bit more. But yeah, this time I'm on New Game Plus 10 right now, which is the hardest difficulty in the game. You can still do more and more New Game Pluses from this point, but it's just not going to get any harder. So I kind of want to stop here. I don't want to do any more New Game Pluses until, you know, I kind of feel like I'm getting a little antsy and want to start over. But I think that for this run, I want to try to do some more shipbuilding and maybe some outpost building. I haven't really explored those mechanics of the game too much yet. I'm having a lot of fun with the shipbuilding, but it's costing a lot of money. So right now I'm just kind of trying to go through, clear the mission boards and everything, because in my experience, the best non-exploitative way to earn money in this game is just to play it and do the missions. You end up making a lot of money just doing bounties and you know, main side quests and main quests, things like that. So that's what I'm going to be doing. We're just going to be hanging out. We're going to be kind of chill about it, you know. So here we are at Cassiopeia, Ede Cassiopeia 2A, which is in the Ede Cassiopeia system. We're actually looking for a certain geographic trait on a planet here. So we're going to be cruising to different planets, just trying to find the different traits. We are looking for a planet with global glacial recession, which is a geography trait. So I'm here on the moon of Cassiopeia 2. This does look like it has fauna and flora, so we'll be doing some scanning, but mostly we're just looking for question marks on our scanner. And as we come across points of interest, we will be checking those out as well. Got a weapon case. I don't know if this is a civilian outpost or if this is a pirate outpost. I haven't really seen anybody. It might be just be completely abandoned. What's this over here? There's a cave. Uranium. Don't really care too much about the caves. Caves are just caves. What we're looking for is either a natural landmark or a life signs landmark. Natural is what we're probably going to be looking for since it's a geographical feature that we're looking for. Oh yeah, here we go. Are these civilians or... Oh, those are pirates. Okay, well, we get to fight a little bit.
This facility was constructed within the crater to protect it from the elements. Or prying eyes.
Now, New Game Plus 10 on very hard difficulty is tough. Enemies are going to be very spongy and they're going to do a lot of damage, so we have to be tactical. It's still not super difficult. If you built your character correctly, it's not going to be like an Elden Ring, Dark Souls type challenge. And these are obviously low-level enemies. That guy was only level 16. So lower level enemies I'm going to be able to kill with one sniper shot. Otherwise I'm going to have to get in there and mix it up with more powerful weapons. That turret was tough. My character is at level 90. What character, what level am I at here? Does it tell me what level I'm at? I thought it did. Oh yeah, level 90, Cyberneticist. So I'm a very high level character. I think that my character concept at this point is pretty much done in terms of skills and things like that. Hey, there's Big Head. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a good start to your weekend, Big Head. How's the 4090 treating you, by the way? I know you just recently got one of those. I've been loving mine. Yeah, running Starfield with cranked up graphics with frame generation at 160 frames per second. GPU not even hitting 90. Good stuff. Okay, there's someone. I have the boost assault skill, which allows me to aim down sights while I'm in the air to sort of hover. And that also slows time for me. Very key piece of the Cyberneticist build. It allows you to take full advantage of your boost pack. Oh, there's a boss character. That one might have a special weapon on him. There we go. So yeah, level 90 is going to make quick work of lower level enemies like this. Explosive pacifier, that's nice, but it's still just a base level item. What we're looking for is advanced weapons and superior armor. And non-boss enemies are pretty much going to be useless for us as far as farming gear. So as far as gear, let's take a look at our loadout here. Level 90, I got. I'll go through my skill tree here pretty soon too. As far as weapons go, you're going to see me at range use the Advanced Orion. Where is that guy? Commander's Advanced Orion. And the Cyberneticist does all kinds of crafting skills and everything like that. Love the weapons, they're very beautiful. Really wanting to play this game, but I want to wait for more mods. Okay, yeah, that's fair. They got modding support coming out soon next year, I believe. They're targeted early 2024, so looking forward to seeing what kind of mods they do too. Some mainly in terms of gameplay balance, but it sounds like BGS is actually going to give us finer grained control over gameplay balance as far as like difficulty levels and things like that of a bunch of different aspects of the game. So I'm looking forward to tweaking that, because right now, controlling your character, the difficulty is very easy. It's not very difficult. But ship combat is like space combat is very difficult. And the discrepancy between ship battles and regular feet on the grounds battle is it only gets worse when you increase the difficulty level. So on very hard, ship combat is next to impossible. Sometimes it's like you get into fights you just can't win and you have to escape. And then you're next to invincible on the ground based on how your build has panned out. So looking forward to that. I'm probably going to tweak the space combat to be a little easier. Maybe I can make regular combat like this a little harder. Hey, Sarah. Yeah, when you have a boost pack or a jet pack, the landmines become a little less of a threat. You can just boost up in the air. Now, if you're in a corridor or whatever, they can kind of get you in an enclosed space and you're not able to jet away from it as fast. In Fallout 4, landmines were extremely dangerous, right? Not so much in Starfield. You can get away from them pretty easily if your reflexes are healthy. Flying in and snipering foes. Yeah, that's good stuff, right? That's all about the Cyberneticist. That sounds to me like a Cyberneticist, right? Integrated boost packs, hovering over the battlefield like an Apache helicopter, giving air support. Let's see. I know that there's a way into this place. Just haven't found it yet. Okay, it's probably over here. There we go. Killing pirates, taking names. So we're specifically looking at boss enemies. Not really spending too much time looting anybody else, but the boss enemies are the ones with the advanced gear, right? You get your rares, your let's see, the purple ones. I don't remember what they're calling the purple ones, but then you have the legendary ones, which are yellow. Those are the ones we're looking for. Our encumbrance is also getting pretty high right now. Do I have Sarah with me? Yeah, here's Sarah.
Yeah?
She might be able to take some of this off my hands. Do I have any resources? I have one resource, tungsten. I don't know why I have tungsten. Oh, now I'm on the Starborn Guardian. Here we go. Now these blue, purple, and oh, epic is the purple one. So we have rare, epic, and legendary. They're also worth a lot of money, so I'll loot them. If I'm not going to use them, I'll just sell them back when I get to civilization.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, she says. You know, there's usually a patrol of a couple of these guys coming in here. Not seeing any yet. Yeah, the weapons in this game look very good. They're much better than the big boxy LARPy ones from Fallout 4, in my opinion. Some people might like the retro-futuristic look of the Fallout 4 weapons, but I thought they were just very ridiculous looking. That was my opinion. Yeah, there were a lot of things that they improved with this game from Fallout 4, and they took a couple steps back in a couple of different areas too. So the improvements that they made, obviously the graphics are much, much better in this game than they are in Fallout 4. Some people might just be down on this game and they're going to say it doesn't look good compared to Fallout 4, that it still looks like it's on an aging engine, but I would say go back to Fallout 4 vanilla, compare it to this game side by side, and you'll see a huge difference. Performance is also a lot better. Some people dinged this game for performance on release, but this was actually, in my experience, one of the better performing games, especially for PC ports this year. A lot of big games came out with really poor optimization for PC. This one was not one of them, in my experience anyway. This game targeted 30 frames per second, which a lot of people don't like. And I'm with you on that. I would almost rather, you know, take degraded fidelity in order to get a strong 60 frames per second. The hell? Must be a visual bug. But yeah, if you're okay playing 30 frames per second on consoles, which a lot of people are, actually, more than I would have expected, then you're probably fine with it. But then they also... Nobody was expecting them to support DLSS 2 or 3, and they did both because of their partnership with AMD. I don't think many people expected them to support that, but they did. But yeah, other AAA games that came out this year that had PC port problems, the Jedi Survivor was one of them. That game was, I really gave that game. I played that for about 10 hours before the shader compilation stutter just got out of hand, and they still haven't fixed it. The Harry Potter game, that Hogwarts Legacy game, had terrible stutter on it. Dead Space was a terrible optimized game, and then this game came out and it did the shader compilation before you started, and it was completely smooth. I had some frame dips here and there, which you're always going to have with big open world games, but yeah, no, it performed much better than those other AAA games up to that point in this year. Okay, now we got some robots on our side. Some battle stim going on here. Increased damage, decreased damage intake. That guy came back, huh?
Is clear.
You sure? Because I'm seeing a red dot on my compass. I think he's probably back over here. Oh, another landmine. I gotta get better at seeing those on the ground, I think. Okay, now is this place clear? So I'm always gonna pick up ammo because you base what you pick up in this game based on a value to weight ratio. At least that's how I do it, to maximize your encumbrance. And ammo weighs nothing, so it has an infinite value to weight ratio, so it's always worth picking up even if you're just going to sell it and not use it. So I will always pick up ammo. And that's the same tactic that I use in... That's the same tactic that I use in... Okay, there we go. Fallout 4 as well. Because you can find ammo all over the place and it doesn't always match what you're actually using as a weapon, right? But you can always sell it off for more caps. Small amount of XP for hacking into that. Just in case there were any pirate stragglers here that we left.
There's a terminal up above, on the catwalk.
Yeah, we were just there, Sarah. Did you not watch me just unlock that, hack that robot, and activate him? Cool. So the year is coming to an end. We are 2 days away from Christmas, and then a couple more days after that, we have New Year's Eve and New Year's. So I don't know how did your year in gaming go, I guess? Did you play a lot of games? Did you just stick to your old favorites? What were your favorite games you played this year? There are a few games that I didn't play that I kind of feel bad about. 2 of them specifically, maybe 3. But there were just so many great games this year, just not enough time to play all of them, right? Baldur's Gate 3 was one of them. I haven't gotten around to play that yet, but I'm hoping to get to it early next year. Next year is going to be a lot better for the backlog, I think. Not as many highly anticipated releases coming this year, at least for me. So it might be a good opportunity. The reason I didn't play Baldur's Gate 3 is because there were like 3 other games that were coming out around that time period that I would have had to like not play 3, right? In order just to play that one, because that game is so huge. Also, I've played Baldur's Gate games and other CRPGs in the past, and they haven't really stuck for me all the time. So I was going after more action-oriented games, which, you know, I tend to gravitate more toward. So I'm gonna save that both for like when I have enough time to tackle that game properly, and also when I'm in the mood, when the mood hits me, where I want like more dialogue, choice heavy stuff, and maybe less of an action game.
Anything valuable?
Advanced modified maelstrom. So this is an advanced gun here, but it's not, it doesn't have anything special to it. It's not at least even rare. It's just a basic gun, but at least it's advanced level. That just gives it more, like, see the disassembler bridger here? This is a rare gun, but it's still just basic tier. Wish I had a better example here. If we had an advanced disassembler bridger, this would be doing much more damage. Just the DPS, the pure DPS on it. If memory serves, doesn't your starship get upgraded each new game? All the way up to new game 6, I believe. So you do get a Starborn Guardian, which is a very, very good ship for a Class A ship. It is probably the best Class A ship you can get. But it stops getting upgraded at New Game Plus 6 or 7, I believe. Which is fine. It got me through to New Game Plus 10. There are a couple of ship battles, space battles that it forces you to get into in order to beat the game and go to the New Game Plus loop. And while it was definitely difficult, I didn't have to lower my difficulty in order to get through them. You just have to use your maneuverability, employ some hit and run tactics as you sort of run out of ammo with your weapons. Use the boosts whenever you get locked onto. Try to use barrel rolls when they're shooting their regular lasers at you. And re-enter the fray with as much shield and hull as you can. And you'll eventually get through it. A lot of people saying that the Starborn ships are not good because you can't upgrade them, but they're probably not employing the best tactics that they could. There's not a lot you can do tactics-wise in those space battles, right? That's one of the gripes that I have about the space combat, is that it's kind of oversimplified. But there are some things that you can do as far as defensive techniques that will help you. Gotta make sure I get this right here. That'll help you survive the battle long enough to do enough damage to finally win. Okay, I think I got myself into a hole here. Yeah, I gotta start over. Good thing I have plenty of digipicks. Start off by eliminating all the ones that I don't need. We'll start off with an auto slot, only have one of those left. And yeah, I was able to do it. I never had to lower the difficulty level in order to get through a space battle in this playthrough. I left it on the hardest difficulty level the whole time. Why is this blue? Boy, that's weird. I think I'm getting display bugs on this. Yeah, this is all out of whack. Okay. What the hell's going on here? Alright, now it seems to be matching. So yeah, I am a New Game Plus 10, but I'm still only using the Starborn Guardian 7, I believe. Currently watching an ultra modded Witch BG3 playthrough. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know they had enough mods to make BG3 ultra modded. That's cool.
This is quite
Advanced Solstice, don't need that. Is it? Some ammo. Not even any rare weapons over there. So yeah, this is the Digipic stream. One of the gripes I had about this game is that the loot that they hide behind these Digipic mini games is always just like so underwhelming. They really need to adjust their loot tables with more rare epic and legendary weapons in these locked containers. Right now there's just so many like resources that pop up that are not valuable because you can just buy them in any major civilization. You can find pretty much whatever you need.
This is the way forward.
What you really want is these randomly generated weapons with the randomly generated effects on them. You're really looking for that god roll, right?
Set aside anything useful and just leave the rest.
Something with like a high rate of fire that does more damage with each consecutive shot, or something that does special kind of damage after 4 shots but shoots 2 shots at a time. I've had those before. Those are fun. We've got a couple more people in here that we haven't taken care of yet. We'll fix that with the quickness. Mining monthly. That usually gives you a boost to tool grip weapons, or basically heavy weapons. Things like the cutter, arc welder, a couple other things. But I've already found that issue 5 times. It stops giving you bonuses after you found the same magazine 5 times. Sadly. Oh, and they do have the eat button now. You don't have to go into your inventory every time you want to eat something. You get a small amount of health for most of the stuff that you eat, and sometimes oxygen, replenishment, regeneration, things like that. Usually the food doesn't really give you much in terms of actual significant effects to gameplay. It's more of just roleplay flavor there. If you really want to get into your game and have a deeper roleplay, I would suggest doing things like keeping up with a sleep schedule. And invariably there's going to be, well, there's definitely going to be a survival mode. They've already announced a survival mode for this game coming soon. But there will probably also be like a needs mod, like I Need, or, you know, Frostfall isn't really a survival mod, it's more of an exposure mod. But things like realistic needs and diseases, I Need, stuff like that, I'm sure that'll come at some point fairly soon. And in my opinion, that goes a long way toward connecting you to the game world and being more immersive, because now there's a landmine, was able to scoop that one up. Because now it's like, you're more tied to like a day-night sleep schedule, even though in Starfield it's a little crazier because each planet has their own time scales. Watch out, Sarah. You good? You look like a poison one. This is a weapon case. There's always a small chance that there could be a rare, epic, or legendary weapon in here. So I'm gonna open them all up, even though it doesn't make very compelling footage. Ooh, a microgun. Look at that thing.
Second thought. I don't want to know.
You sure? You know, being good with a digipick means I'm good with my hands, right? Right? Blank stare. Not a good sign. Okay. It's fine. Moving on. We'll just pretend like that didn't happen. Oh, there's a new friend. Able to get a crit headshot on him there. All right, let's see here. Beast Hunters, deep mining spacesuit. Yeah, we'll take that to sell off, I guess. Not gonna use it. So yeah, I said I was gonna go over my equipment. I think I got sidetracked and I didn't actually do it. So yeah, we're level 92. The weapons that I'm using right now, I have the Advanced Orion. This is my long-range weapon here. It doesn't do a ton of damage. It's at 276 energy damage, but it is very accurate at very long ranges. So I'll usually start with this. I'm also running the skills, the rank 4 laser weapon skill, which has a chance to ignite enemies, and that does stack. So if I can get enough, and this is a semi-automatic weapon, as fast as I can pull the trigger is as fast as the fire rate's going to go. So it does have a very fast fire rate. There's usually a pretty good chance that I can proc at least one stack of ignition, of ignite, lighting the enemy on fire, before I switch to my next weapon, which is the advanced Varun Inflictor, all the way modded out because the Cyberneticist is a crafting expert. This one's doing a lot more damage. You can see we're doing 653 energy damage and 175 physical damage. This is a particle beam weapon. And I'm not running any particle beam ranks in that skill, nor am I running any skills in the ballistic weapons. So I am getting a lot of energy damage with this weapon, but not a whole lot of physical damage with this weapon. But it's still so strong that I can't ignore it. If I were to put some into ballistic, I would be able to double dip in both damage types and would be doing a lot more damage. I could also do the same for the particle beam weapons. So particle beam weapons in this game are the most powerful weapons that you can get as far as, you know, if you're ignoring legendary effects. Because you get to triple dip into damage. So you'll get your energy buffs from your energy skills, your laser skills. You'll also get your ballistic buff from your ballistic skills, and you will get your particle beam buffs from your particle beam skills. So if you can find a particle beam weapon, the Big Bang is also available in stores after a certain level. It's a more UC settled systems version of this. It's like cleaner. It looks more like a laser weapon. This is the Varun faction weapon that they all use, so it looks a little more brutalistic, sort of reflecting their culture a little bit more, but it's more powerful as well. So if you can find those are the most powerful weapons you can get. And then oh, actually that's my third weapon, and I'll go over the order in which I use these in a second here too. The second weapon that I used is a fully automatic calibrated Equinox. Now, the calibrated Equinox is the most powerful Equinox that you can find in this game as far as tiers go. Seems to be a debated topic whether or not that's a bug or something that they meant to do. I'm leaning toward it's a bug that you can't find anything above the calibrated tier. I would expect that there should be an advanced Equinox in the game, but there isn't. Maybe that's something they'll fix in a patch or with a fix mod or something like that. But anyway, I modded this to have the highest fire rate possible. Hey, there's Boone. Welcome, Boone. You have a very important, absolutely Starfield related question. Okay, sounds good. Let's hear it. Yeah, I've modded this to have the highest fire rate possible because of the fourth tier of the laser weapons perk that I have here, a skill I guess we're calling them, which have a 5% chance to set the target on fire. Now that's stacks. So that ignite effect that we have, the faster fire rate you have, the more chances you have of that actually proccing, and the more chance you have of that actually stacking. So the fastest fire rate laser weapons that you can get, the more damage they'll do over time because of the fire effect. So that's why I'm doing it. You can actually use the cutter to great effect with that combination because this has a very high fire rate. It has recharging ammo, and you always have it. This is like if you have that fourth rank in lasers, this is like the ultimate sidearm weapon that you can have, the ultimate knife in the boot, if you will. All right, there we go. So that's all, that's my loadout pretty much. I can go over skills here too. You guys know where the build ended up. I do have a build guide coming out for this soon. I just need to capture the right footage for it, and I need to go through the main quest because there's some footage I need from late in the main quest for that. But that will be out probably early next year, I would think. So yeah, let's go left to right. I have nothing in physical. Okay, so the question is it Karn 114, Karn 114, or Karn 114 or 114? I've always said it 114. And the name comes from, I don't know if you're a Stanley Kubrick fan at all, but I'm a huge Stanley Kubrick fan. And in every movie, he's got some reference to the Clockwork Orange serum 114. And in one of the movies, it's actually CRM 114. So I turned that into Karn 114. So Clockwork Orange, that serum that they give him to make him feel sick, basically Ozempic. And they use that to classically condition him against violence. So they make him sick with this serum, and they show him a bunch of violent movies and everything, and then he becomes kind of a neutered, non-violent version of himself, which ended up being a grave injustice, even though he was a complete psychopath. Yeah, very challenging movie moralistically and trying to find the meaning and everything. Awesome, one of my favorite movies of all time, but that's where that comes from. So I'm apt to say Karn 114. I love some Stanley Kubrick. Clockwork Orange was fantastic. Absolutely. And we have another man of refined taste in the chat. I liked all his movies, even the ones that people didn't like. Like Eyes Wide Shut, I thought was really fantastic and very scary in its own right, but people thought it was just like boring and nothing happened. But they just, I don't think that they were really putting themselves in Tom Cruise's shoes. And the paranoia that that situation would cause, that absolutely incredible. Okay. So social, I did put some stuff in here. Now, on a very basic level, okay, so the physical part, let's go back to physical. Spartacus was great. I haven't seen Spartacus in a very long time though. That's one I kind of slept on. Yeah, my favorites are A Clockwork Orange. What else? I'm having trouble thinking of the other. Oh yeah, Space Odyssey, of course. I think 2001: A Space Odyssey actually has a lot of influence on Starfield. Part of why I like it so much, I think. What else? Lolita was great as a dark comedy. That would never fly today. And then even the old ones like the Killing. And there was a bank heist one that I really liked too. Some of it was really early. Oh, The Shining, of course. Spartacus was hilarious though. I suppose. Shining was spectacular. Shining was almost better than the book, I think. Stephen King did not like The Shining because it took so many creative liberties with the source material and it became something very different, but I thought it was better than the book was. Okay, so physical I didn't put anything into because the Cyberneticist is supposed to be very frail physically and he's supposed to make up for it through technology and integrating technology into his body, right? That's where his strength and psychology come into. Social skill, you would think that somebody who's half machine, half human, or maybe even more so machine at higher levels would not be very social. But I kind of took the quick hacks system from Cyberpunk as an example, and we can actually hack into people's brains and stuff like that. We can actually cause them to stop fighting. We can instigate them to fight other people. And then of course I have outpost management because I want to explore that system a little bit more. But yeah, using the hand scanner is what they call it. And you use this to like scan aspects of planets and things like that. Using the hand scanner, you can actually hack into people, enemies anyway. Like say Vasco here was a pirate. I can actually activate him through the hand scanner and have cast diplomacy on him, which will cause him to stop fighting. And I kind of roleplay that as, you know, the cyberneticist hacker hacking the equipment of his enemies so that they render them pretty much ineffective. I like the book and I like the movie, and they were different things. I used to be a huge Stephen King fan. Stephen King is good. It's more light reading. It's very straightforward. There's not really anything to analyze or discover, or not really a whole lot of hidden meaning. So it's almost in stark contrast to Stanley Kubrick, right? Who like hides all kinds of like hidden meanings and little tidbits that if you watch the movie frame by frame, you're gonna find little things that, little Easter eggs and stuff that he hid in there, and double meanings and ways to challenge the audience. Stephen King isn't about that. He's just about exploring. I would say Stephen King is a far better sci-fi writer than maybe he is like a horror writer. And the two genres have a lot to do with each other, right? Horror is just kind of like sci-fi told in a scary way. And Stephen King is very good at that. When he's at his best, he describes things in ways that put you in the situation and you can feel the cold sweat. He also has a lot of stinkers that just don't make you feel anything whatsoever. Showing me what a pompous idiot I had been for years. Okay. Sure. Yeah. No, it's fun. It's fun to read, and sometimes you can have entertainment just for entertainment value, right? There's nothing wrong with, lowbrow comedy. There's nothing wrong with watching a movie that makes you laugh even though you know it's stupid. Sometimes you need that. And I'm not saying that Stephen King stuff is stupid, but it's very linear. It's very straightforward. It's very surface level. A lot of times. Still looking for this one question mark over here. We have a cave. We have a structure over here. A couple other caves. We're looking for... I'll chase down these structures just to see if maybe there are high-level enemies, but... really looking for geographic features on this planet. Oh, are you writing an adult fiction romance book, Matria? Adult fiction romance, that just makes me think of kinky vampire ghost sex. Used to think everything had to be deep. For years, I told people my favorite movie was Death of a Salesman, the one with Dustin Hoffman. Yeah, classic, obviously, right? And I had to read the book in school, and to be honest, a lot of that stuff, Shakespeare, a lot of the classics have hidden meanings and things that they're trying to put in there. And they're very poignant to a certain degree, and in certain aspects, and they make you think, both because they're, the language in it can be challenging to understand, which kind of, in my opinion, gives a barrier to entry that makes it so that more people can't enjoy them. But once you're able to get through that challenge, it kind of feels like more of a reward when you find something meaningful in it. Yeah, a lot of those classic books and movies that were made off of those classic books they have deeper meanings, right? But I can't say that I really enjoyed many of them. There are a few that I did, but yeah. Not many of them actually I would go back and reread them because I enjoyed them so much. It's a superb movie, but I never watched it again. But I watched The Rock 10 times because it was fantastic. Yeah, I like The Rock too. But that's another one of those just like superficial action. I love superficial action movies, but I never considered myself one of those superficial, like, it's like I always look for deeper meaning in things. So it's like, why do I like kung fu movies and action movies so much? And it's, as an engineer in real life, it's like I'm almost dead. Oh my gosh, this guy's been trying to kill me. I can really respect, so I'm an engineer in real life. I'm also, I've studied and practiced and trained in martial arts for a long time as well. So I really appreciate the work that goes into like choreographing these scenes, the real world training that all these stunt people and actors have had to do in order to execute on the scene, and the director's vision and how it all comes together, but also like the engineering aspects of like these big Michael Bay set pieces and stuff. It's absolutely impressive, and it's really cool, and that stuff, like, that will put my jaw on the floor faster than, you know, something like Citizen Kane. Oh, this I can hack all the robots. Don't need it anymore.
I'm sure they had something we can use.
Deja vu with Denzel Washington because I learned my lesson. I love it, love it. Yep. There you go. And you're probably happier for it too, right? It's okay to have fun, I think is the moral of the story. Like, sometimes you need junk food, sometimes you need sometimes you need dessert, sometimes you need mindless action movies, right? It's good for the soul. And therefore, it's good for the brain. Actually, more than okay. Yeah, I agree. Having eggs, smoked applewood bacon, and cheese burrito for lunch. Oh, that's awesome. I had a breakfast burrito. I think on Wednesday. Ended up not being able to eat dinner till very, very late. And I went to the gym around, I want to say like 9 o'clock, and I got done around 11. And then because I had skipped dinner for that long, I was super hungry, and the only thing that was open was this Greasy Spoon Mexican place with 24-hour drive-through, and I got a breakfast burrito. Got like half the day's worth of my protein quota. And also probably 2 days worth of my fat intake, but you know what? It was good. It was worth it. Quite hard to get a burrito in Germany. I believe you. it's I think we have well, in most places in the US too, well, I don't know about most places, but in a lot of places it's harder to get a good burrito than you would think. I live in Arizona, which is on the Mexican border, and we're not really, where I live is not really close to the border at all, but it's close enough that we have a lot of Hispanic influence in our culture. And especially the food. There's a lot of great Mexican food places out here. We're never starved for good burritos here. That's for sure. Ooh, look at the magma. I guess it's lava when it hits the Earth's surface, right? That's the key difference between lava and magma. Under the surface, it's magma. On top of the surface, it's lava. Some cool scenery to be had, and you kind of got to work for your awe moments in this game a little bit, but every once in a while a sunset or a sunrise will come in, and the lighting system they implemented in this game is absolutely gorgeous. So you'll be exploring a planet in the dead of night like this, and then all of a sudden the sun starts coming up, and then you're like, whoa. More robots down here, huh? Okay, let's top off the health and get down there. What do you think, Sarah? Oh, do we actually have an atmosphere out here? You're not... I don't think we have an atmosphere here. Surprised you're okay without your suit, Bethesda bugs. Gotta love them. There's no flora or fauna here, so I would assume that there's not a breathable atmosphere. We got a boss. Wonder if this has any legendary equipment that will spawn on him. Nope. Just more health. Probably more experience for killing them too. All right, what do we got up here? The thing that I'm casting is called Reactive Shield. It's a Starborn ability. And I'm going to use it a lot because I don't have any health increases. Like I said, I didn't put any skills into any skill points into any physical skills. So I need some help defensively, and I can get that through upgrading my armor. The Reactive Shield actually gives me a ton of damage resistance. So right now, I have, with just my equipment and sort of innate damage resistance, I have 323 physical damage, 329 electromagnetic damage resistance, and 331 energy resistance. If I pop up the Reactive Shield, now I got 673, 679, and 681 damage resistance for each one of those damage types each. So it's a good increase of, you know, around 400 or so damage resistance, and that is absolutely on New Game Plus 10 on the hardest difficulty level, the difference between life and death. For a character who has very little to no innate damage resistance because of the lack of physical skills. Even though I live in one of the biggest cities. Yeah, a burrito isn't really a Spanish. I would suspect that you have lots of Spanish cuisine in Germany, or at least enough of it, but probably not a whole. The burrito is more of a Hispanic Mexican food and not so much Spanish. I don't think that's something that came from their Spanish heritage. European is or the Mexican, the burrito is decidedly un-European type of food. I would say. So once I can find this damn trait on this planet, we can move on to something else. I really need to get back to New Atlantis and sell off my loot, and also upgrade my ship a little bit. But I don't want to miss any possible legendary weaponry here. Arizona, Coogan's Bluff. Clint Eastwood's character came from there, and everyone was telling him he was from Texas. Great movie. Oh, nice. I went on a Western kick for a while. I really like the Fistful of Dollars and A Few Dollars More. Or A Fistful of Dollars and for A Few Dollars More. No, it's just A Fistful of Dollars. And then The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, I think, was the same character. Set in the same universe, but tells a completely different story. Those were my favorites. I was always more of a Clint Eastwood fan than a John Wayne fan, you know? The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly in particular. I just love how it explores those three very different characters on an individual basis. And they're both very, very different, but very likable in different ways. Really, I think that movie, more than anything else, is like a study in character development, right? So good. So we were talking about improvements that Starfield made over Fallout 4 and things that it didn't do quite as well. I really like the mantling mechanic on this. It's a little clunky. But this is something that BGS games have been missing for a long time, especially the modern BGS games that have a lot of geometry and kind of expect you to do a little bit of platforming. Having this mantle ability to kind of get yourself up onto the next level was sorely missed. That's, I think, one of the reasons why the TCL console command is so heavily used in BGS games, because you get stuck on terrain and stuff, and the mantling mechanic really kind of helps out a lot with that, in my opinion. Spanish food is not uncommon. Burrito is Mexican mostly. Biggest impact on the German fast food was Turkish. Doner kebab. Okay. I probably said that very incorrectly, but interesting that Turkish is the #1 impact. So yeah, even with the reactive shield, we still do take a lot of damage. And so a lot of our defense here comes from either a strong offense, which becomes harder to do on New Game Plus because the enemies, or New Game Plus 10, because the enemies become so spongy. I see where they're moving furniture around. Okay, let me actually close the door. Some background noise. She's feeling restless, I think, in her little office space in our house, so she's wanting to move stuff around. I get it. Okay. So let's see here. Oh yeah, so the defense that I'm making up, or I'm trying to make up for the defense in terms of medicine, which makes stim packs. I call them stim packs because of Fallout 4, but these med packs, I guess. Med packs, trauma packs, emerging healing items. It makes them more effective and also can help you in other ways. But also chemistry. I can really boost up my damage resistance through creating pharmaceuticals and things like that. I only use those when I have to because that's a limited supply type thing. And then a whole lot of crafting stuff. So obviously all the boost pack and boost assault training, so I can get slowed time while I'm floating around shooting people from the sky like an assault helicopter or something. A bunch of things to make my space combat more effective. And then robotics, so I do more damage against robots, but I can also actually calm them as well as people. So I can actually hack robots remotely, which helps. And then all the crafting stuff. That's pretty much the build in a nutshell. The build guide will go into more detail about all this and how to use things in a combination and things like that. Hope to have that out early next year. Said it just fine, and I made it easier for you not using the umlaut and giving you the regular O. Appreciate it, appreciate it. Now I have a Starfield related question. On some planets, time is faster or slower. Does this have any effect on the rest of the universe when you visit these and leave? It does. In fact, I wouldn't even call it an exploit, but you can use that to your advantage when you're waiting for like either if you have like automated systems on an outpost or something. You can go to another planet like Venus where the time goes by much faster per day, like relatively. You can wait 24 to 48 hours and it'll have been like a week past on that other planet, and you'll have a lot more like materials or manufactured goods. You can also do that for shopkeeper, vendor refreshes for their inventory. So Jemison, which is the planet that New Atlantis is on, it has a much quicker time scale than a lot of other planets, including universal time. So you go on the universal time scale when you're out in space and not on a planet. And vendors and like game mechanics and stuff work based off of that universal time. So if you're on a planet with a much higher or much slower time scale, then you can manipulate that to your advantage. So on Jemison, all you have to do is sleep like 24 hours, and then you have a completely refreshed vendor inventories there, which makes that a very nice place for selling your loot. Seen the effects on harvesting, but does it affect people aging? No, there's no aging in this game. Not yet, anyway. I'm sure. I don't feel like that's something that BGS would do. They're not really. They haven't really done aging at all. They haven't implemented it at all, even with like children and stuff like that. That would be cool. That might be something that people can do with mods. I know that there was the. What was the mod where your character would get like more built like physically as he did more physical things, like his muscles would get bigger? It's like pumping iron or something like that. I could imagine that you could use that same sort of scripting, except just increase people's like age on their skin textures, add more wrinkles and stuff as time goes. That'd be pretty cool. And it seems like it's completely possible too. Canonically, I think probably it does. Physically, I don't know if we've had any real world examples of that yet, other than, you know, people testing the theory of relativity with like super fast moving vessels. Time does actually physically move faster based on really highly accurate timepieces if they're moving very quickly than it does on Earth, right? I don't know if that definitively proves it or not. That might really blow a lot of people's minds, but the faster you go, the faster time goes around you, apparently. And we do have some, you know, clinical, real-world experimental evidence that does actually work that way. And that is mind-blowing. So if the question is real life, would you age more? I think the answer is yes. And you would also age more slowly in the slower moving planets, I would assume. Well, that's trippy to think about, right? Okay, I'm just gonna head off in one direction where there is nothing of interest. See if some new things pop up on the scanner. In Germany, movies get dubbed. Even the movie titles get translated and changed. Sometimes completely unrelated. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly was called Two Glorious Rogues. That's awesome. Two Glorious Rogues. Even though there were 3 main characters in that movie? But since it's also related to gravity, it may not be usable. Yeah, gravity is crazy, right? I think Sarah wants to say something to me. Was that what I saw pop up? Yep. Okay, we're definitely going to take this opportunity to flirt. In my first playthrough, we actually got married. Wow, what happened to you? You're taller somehow, Sarah. We're actually married in my first playthrough. It'd be kind of a cool little full circle moment if on my last New Game Plus rain loop. We ended up together too. Lee Van Cleef was just unmentioned. Okay. He was kind of the antagonist of the movie, right? So maybe they're just mentioning the two sort of proto-protagonists. The meta-protagonists, I guess. Don't tell me Barrett has sent you another one of his dirty jokes.
No. I wish it was that simple. It's not from Barrett specifically. It's a line list of questions they need answered. Only I'm not there to answer them.
So you feel like you're ignoring your responsibilities?
Something like that. It's difficult to explain. Before I joined Constellation, I served for
Once Upon a Time in the West was changed to Play Me the Song of Death. Well, that's kind of a cool name, though. I think I kind of prefer the German one in that instance. I don't know. They're both cool. Once Upon a Time in the West is like an iconic name. Yeah, that must have been painful. You probably poured your whole life into that.
Yeah, I suppose painful is an appropriate way to put it. You see, the top brass demanded press-worthy discoveries to justify...
I feel like the game audio is really low, and I think I know why. So this is kind of like my downtime zen game, where I'll put on some like music or like a podcast or something and then listen to that in the background while I explore planets and stuff. But in order to do that, I had to turn the game volume way down. So I'm gonna boot that back up a little bit. You guys can probably barely hear it because I cut the game audio down even further through OBS. So I'll get that fixed here in a second. Yeah, that's ridiculous to set all the blame. That's not all your fault.
Oh, like hell I can't. You once told me that you favored the journey over the destination. So I'm hoping you'll understand what I'm trying to say. I failed because I was more concerned about exploring the stars than pushing a pencil. If I had fought harder, I'm convinced our division may have had a chance to prove its value.
Sure, but if you spent more time pushing a pencil instead of exploring, your life would have been more of a failure. Okay, so, no, yeah, you gave it your best. Nobody's gonna push harder than you.
That's just it, though. Did I push too hard? Did they shut us down because I wasn't quietly sitting at my desk approving meaningless memos?
I think you're giving yourself way too much credit. People do this, right? They vastly overestimate their impact on the world. I think that might sound sort of crass and maybe even a little disrespectful, but I mean, there's only so much you can do to impact the world for better or good, right? Why put all that responsibility on yourself? Just, you know, relax, do what you can when you can, and be at peace with it.
Well, that brings us to this message now, doesn't it? Call it whatever you want. My drive, my initiative, my optimism. It's been my greatest strength and my worst nightmare. It elevates me to these positions of authority, but
trying to be a Greek god.
Explore, not sit and make sure all the accounts are balanced.
So you're afraid if you're not constantly there to hold the columns up yourself, that Constellation will collapse.
Yes, exactly. If it's obvious to you, imagine how obvious it is to someone like Barrett or Mateo. Oh, they must be itching to replace me by now.
Oh, I don't think so. I think they know how much trouble Constellation would be in without you.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Oh, here you are trying to help me and I'm yelling at you.
For the dubbing, they changed the text for the hanging scene from "Make your ever-loving brother happy" to "Play me the song of death." Ooh. You gotta flirt with her, right?
Look,
even if she does look
it's clear that you have feelings.
ridiculous with that spacesuit on.
It's just... I've never had time for this sort of thing in my life. Please, it's not you. It's me. I'm just not ready to get that close. I can't. Not now. But thank you for being there and listening. It helped. It really did.
Oh, I'll wear you down, even if this is a face only a mother could love. Not exactly a looker, is he? Yeah, all right. We'll just have to wear her down with our winning personality, I guess. We'll get there. She's also put up a lot of boundaries over the last many years, I'm sure. Her subconscious is ready to love again. We just have to tear those boundaries down. This is a lights out guy. Indeed he is. Well, he used to be a good looking guy. But then he started doing like technological experiments on himself. Becoming the Cyberneticist kind of took its toll on him physically. He's stronger for it, but he lost a lot of his humanity along the way. He's trying to get some of that back. That's kind of the roleplay arc I'm going with for this character. For a lot of these build guides that I do, I also try to, you know, put some roleplay guidance in them, and that'll be a heavy part of this roleplay. Is a lot of the story arch will be him losing his humanity throughout New Game Plus runs, stepping through the Unity multiple times, resetting reality, and then toward the end of it, he's gonna miss like his humanity. He's gonna find that true satisfaction is only going to become apparent once he can spend his time and work toward a lasting legacy in one universe of the multiverse and make lasting human connections and just like regain his humanity. And that's where we're at right now. So there is like a face sculptor mechanic in this game. Pretty much any major city you can go change your appearance. So he may slowly start removing the cyberness out of his look while he regains more humanity, but we won't be able to reflect that through loss of power then, right? Loss of strength. Little roleplay fills the story with life. I totally agree. Started a D&D group at group therapy. Oh, nice. I imagine that's a good team building exercise, right? If everybody's actually into it and will give it a solid chance. I mean, I feel like there's little better way to find harmony with a group of people than to do something like a tabletop roleplay game. Do you believe in a lasting legacy? It depends. I feel like for the average person, oh, we're getting deep philosophically now, aren't we? I feel like the average person, they have more of a lasting legacy than they know, but I don't think it is truly all that lasting. I feel like most people, this is going to sound bleak and bad, but I actually don't mind it. They'll probably mostly be forgotten after, 2 or 3 generations. You either have to do something extremely evil and awful in order to have a truly lasting legacy, or you have to do something extremely great that benefits mankind in a bunch of ways. And even like the ones that are remembered as great probably have like some dark side, some dark history of how they got there. So in my opinion, I would much rather be unknown than infamous, right? I just want to be happy and have lived a fulfilling life that allows contentment and love and comfort. If I do that, I will think I have won. You started the philosophy, and I love to jump right on it. Yeah, there you go. See, I see individual human lives as mostly insignificant in the grand scheme of things, but we also don't live in the grand scheme of things, right? We live in our own little pockets of reality. And for that, it's like everything we do seems to matter more. And in the grand scheme of things, we also live very short lives. So I feel like that's the you need to take that opportunity to make the most of it, depending on what your goals are. So, live fierce or love fiercely. Make sure you're spending time with people that you want to spend time with, and make sure that you're not spending time with the people that you don't want to spend your time with, people that affect your lives adversely. Give that time back to people that you actually want to be with, doing the things that you actually want to do, Which doesn't mean like, you know, just spend your entire life eating fast food and playing video games. there's definitely a quality over quantity type thing there. Be healthy. The healthier you are, the happier you're going to be, and the better you're going to spend your time. Spend a lot of time thinking about what others think, and judging from my own perspective, I hardly think about other people, which kind of makes me think that thinking what others think might be a waste of time. Yeah, well, I mean, again, you gotta figure out what people have opinions that actually matter to you. Your general, I would say that most people spend way too much time thinking about other people's, like the general populace's opinion of them, when that really does not matter at all. Unless you're a world leader, it's really not going to make any difference. And the fact is that those people, they're not even thinking about you. They're not making a judgment on you one way or another. Wow, there has really been nothing out here for a very long time, has there? Let's just fly to another spot on this little... It's not really even a planet, it's just a moon.
I used to keep my
Yeah, no, I agree.
short until I learned you can go to the bathroom in these things.
What people generally think of you does not matter. What people who are important to you think probably matters in some way, but probably even then, not as much as you really think. The people that do really matter to you and that you are close to probably think much better of you than you realize. Did you complete all planet surveys? No, I have not even come close yet. I have not even completed this one. I'm looking to fill in this question mark. Ooh, there it is. That's probably signs of life. Yep, that's what I'm looking for. That will finish off this one. So there's people in this world that you respect and adore and love, and if you respect their opinion, then yeah, you might want to, if they have a piece of criticism about you, then you probably want to, you know, take it seriously. At least consider it, right? They might be right, they might be wrong, but if you respect that person or love that person, I think you have an obligation to at least consider their thoughts about it. Also, try not to always assume that I'm right. About everything all the time. I'm wrong a lot. I think I can say without hubris and boasting that I'm one of the smartest people that I know, but even I'm wrong a lot, so that also tells you something about people who believe they're always right. People who believe they're smarter than everybody else. Unexplored geology feature. Okay, so there's some things that I have to scan. Here we go. Melted glacier. Okay, that was the one we were looking for. And look at that, we got 850 or 8,500 credits. Stopped caring what anyone thinks of me besides my... Yeah, that's the way to do it. It's just an undue burden that you put on yourself when you do that. Just relax. Very few people are actually giving you enough consideration to judge you harshly anyway. And the people that are close enough to you to actually give you, you know, a significant judgmental feedback are probably people that love you or people that are just awful and you don't need in their life. About your future D&D build? Let's see. I did see that you were starting a D&D group, and I did comment on that. Gonna do a Voidburn Artificer build that uses crystallized necrotic energy mythical firearms. Wow, that sounds really awesome. Or mithril firearms, not mythical firearms. I mean, that sounds really awesome. Sounds really cool. Should be pretty fun. Important people have their time. It's quite hard to realize when that time is over. Yeah, it very can be. It can be hard to deal with too. Dealing with loss is a hard thing for a human. A mentor of mine gave me a poem about the failure of what you can create by yourself without others involved, and back then it hurt me, but he was right. I'm starting a new job in January, and it completely changes my social status. I'm very excited about the effect it will have on me. Oh, wow. What kind of social status are we talking about? I usually don't care about social status. The work for me is the work. If I enjoy the work, I don't really care about the social status. I'm very resistant to social influences, I think. Which I don't know if that kind of makes me psychopathic in some ways. Maybe it does. Maybe neurodivergent in some ways, but I like it. And you got an official date for your disability appeal? Okay. Well, hopefully that works out for you. I know that can be a true pain in the butt. I think in an effort to make it harder for people that don't need it, they make it way too difficult for people that actually do need it. That is a very complex argument. One that I am not equipped to to deal with. Let's see. Keanu Reeves is the one angel who doesn't judge people based on their status. Okay, let's see. Sell a bunch of stuff off here.
What? Oh, no, that is a ship.
Yeah, it's not bad. Gotten me through some tough stuff. Yeah, Star Guardian 6. We are on New Game Plus 10, and that stopped being upgraded at New Game Plus 6, so that's our ship. Not the best thing, but pretty much the best Class A ship that you can get, and without upgrading another ship to Class C, which is what I'm working on now.
So,
Oh, okay. So education system, moving up. Working for 80 kindergartens wherever there is need. Oh, okay. I will be no one for almost anyone. Okay, well, that's good. If you're happy about that, I probably would be. I am a software engineer. That means pretty much nothing to most people, and I would probably not be able to describe what I do to most people anyway. Because I do a lot more than just program computers. I sometimes have trouble explaining what I do to other engineers. Okay, the one that we have is much better. Bolstering refined. Still not better than the Mark 1 space helmet. Watched a video about the best warship to use and modify. Yeah, well, everybody's okay. So, yeah, what's best in this game is kind of like you know, everybody has their opinion, and not all of them are all completely right. But they can be used as a guide to get something better than what you currently have. That's for sure. The problem with this game about subscribing to the whole, you know, what is best to do mentality is that it doesn't matter. This game is mostly too easy. Yeah, there's an exploity thing that you can do where you can make these like really oblong non-symmetrical ships to where the center of balance is like there's just a hole there, so when other enemy ships target you, they just target that hole in the middle of like the center of balance of your ship, so you're basically invincible. I think that's the meta, the most effective tactic available. That is how, if you want the best ship, you gotta build it like that. But yeah, there are so many ways to have a viable build in this game, be it starship builds or you know, just character builds, that having the best one doesn't really make much of a difference. If you have one that's good and that works well, then you're gonna have very little difference between that and the one that's so-called the best, right? So I advocate for going for the one that is the most fun. What does a software engineer do, and how are others involved in your work? Well, I do a lot of coding. I do a lot of like network infrastructure, and that's all cloud-based now. So a lot of AWS reconfiguring things and stuff like that. A lot of scripting programs to build other people's code is what I do. So how are others involved in my work? Not a lot of people are involved in my work, but I'm very involved in other people's work. I'm kind of the linchpin between what the developers code on their sort of development machines, the code that they're writing, and what the customer actually installs on their computer or sees on the website. So I handle a lot of the compilation, a lot of the infrastructure. So if for whatever reason the developer codes something that's not working properly, either on a customer's machine or on the website, then a lot of that falls on me to discover, like, you know, what went wrong in the pipeline. Where did that break down? Probably what I do mostly on a day-to-day basis. So I do work closely with other developers and engineers and QA testers and things like that in my daily job, but I don't really have much contact with the outside world, like customers and things like that. We have a support team for that. Isn't the best warship the one with the hole in the... Yes, exactly. That's the one I was talking about. It's silly. It's an exploity way to do it. And in my opinion, probably not that much fun. But if you want, you know, something that's invincible and that's fun to you, then absolutely do something like that. It's sad that alien life forms on Mars are so... I'm sorry, I'm not really picking up what you're putting down there. Hi, I'm on the phone, can't be long. I just want to drop... Hey, Caladran. Well, thank you for dropping by and saying hi. Glad you did. Always glad when you drop by. Catch a smile, as Vladimir would say. Than actual heartbeats and life on Earth. Oh, considered more life than actual heart. Okay, well, I think that is
Thanks for shopping at
very loaded argument there, Matria. I feel like we're going into an abortion debate here, and I don't want any of that in the chat. Let's not go there. Am I selling this or am I buying this? I am selling this. Okay. Hey, there is the Panicked Monk. Welcome, welcome. Hope you are doing well today. The Panicked Monk, whenever he drops in, I always think of all the home improvement stuff that I have to do. I know within the last year or two, he bought a new house and was doing a lot of home improvement stuff. That's okay, Matra. You know, sometimes, depending on my mood, I may or may not, be open to talking about that kind of thing. But we're here playing video games. I'm here to try to escape
Appreciate the business.
contentious reality and just have fun,
It's amazing what
That's fine. Don't feel bad about it. I'm not holding it against you. Ooh, I do need to resupply on some ammo, so that's going to take away from the upgrades that I can make to my ship currently.
You ask me, personally, I think take your time. I got all day.
Let's see, lots of 3 kilovolt. What we need for the Orion and the Equinox, and then we also need lots of heavy particle fuse. And I might start getting into this 1.5 stuff. I did find a good a rare solstice, which is a pistol laser gun that I think I can fire off at a really good fire rate, and maybe get some ignite procs on that.
Take your time.
Sell off the stuff that I don't need though. Oh, he's already got 0 credits. All right. Oh shit! Did I just sell off all the ammo that I needed? No, I didn't. I'm good. No, I did. I totally did. I sold off all my ammo. I gotta reload another save. That is going to be crippling. Hopefully, I don't have to go too far back. Ah, perfect. All hail Lord Escapism, indeed. So what do we know on this fine Saturday? So yeah, speaking of the home improvement stuff, we had roots growing into the inside of our wall in our bedroom, right? Yeah, it is the worst, right? Especially when you don't have autosaves on and it's been a while since you saved. But luckily, I still had autosaves on, so we're good. Let's buy the 3 kilovolt and the heavy particle fuse. Yeah, so the home improvement stuff, we had the roots growing into the inside of the wall on our bedroom. So we had like these weird branching like paint, raised paint bubbles. So the roots were actually growing between the wall and the paint in our bedroom. And we thought it was termites, so we called in like the pest guy. And he was like, no, those aren't termites, those are roots. And I was like, oh wow, I thought it was funny because I was really hoping it was termites, because we have a termite plan. We're covered for that, but the roots, it's like, what the hell do you do? So I ended up, prying off the baseboard, because there was a baseboard at the bottom of the wall. I pried that off, and I was able to get that off without causing any damage to it. So I'll be able to just plop that right back on. And then scraped all the roots off. I had to scrape a bunch of paint off, so I'm gonna have to repaint this thing. But in the process, I started like scraping off more than just the one layer of paint, and then like more than just the layer of paint that was underneath that, and then more of, so I'm like getting all the way down to the wall. There's a lot of layers of paint on this. So now I gotta like respackle all that, because there's like a lot of patchy like holes where if I just repaint over it, there's gonna be like, you're gonna see where the paint layers were. So I gotta spackle over all that. I did scrape off all the roots. I sprayed it all down with Roundup. I caulked all the corners and everything, and I put some sealant on there, and then I ran the sprinklers over the whole week to see if I could get them to grow back, and they haven't. So I think we're okay. Now I just have to, respackle the wall, repaint the wall, and put the baseboards back on there. But that's going to be like a full weekend worth of work, at least, because of all the painting and stuff that needs to be done. Sounds like a Stranger Things kind of thing. Yeah, it does. The Upside Down is invading my bedroom. So what is the Cyberneticist? The Cyberneticist is it's a basic class that you start off with in this game. But the way that I've built him throughout the levels, I'm level 90 now, a new game plus 10. So this is like the hardest difficulty level that you can get to, and I wanted to test the concept on the hardest difficulty level. So I'm there now. That's what I'm doing. So the Cyberneticist is someone who integrates technology into his own body for like power, right? He's mingling biological with technological concepts. So he looks completely nuts. Here's what he looks like in the face. You can see like the circuitry and stuff on him, whatever. He's also very... The skills balance out more toward crafting skills, making sure that his equipment is really good, and things that I can role play as maybe him hacking himself or other people on a computational level. And I just sold off my 1.5 kilovolts, didn't I? Didn't want to do that, but it's not a big deal.
Hey, take it easy.
Is it like a basement room? No, we don't really have many basements out here in Arizona. It's just, it's sitting on top of the... We just have a solid concrete slab that our house sits on top of. And then we have a yard full of grass on the other side of that wall. But for some reason, it's only that spot where the roots are coming in. So there might be a small crack in the slab at some point, and it's just that's where it's finding the holes and the moisture, I guess, to I don't know. But I haven't when I got everything down, I ran the shower, I recaulked the whole like shower and everything, which is on the other side of the wall. That's not where the roots are coming from as far as I could see. Just resealed all that stuff, and I ran the shower for a while, and there's never been any moisture on the floor where the roots are coming in, so I'm not sure where that's coming from. So, you know, yeah, I just sprayed everything down with Roundup and sealed everything off with caulk, and I just hope the roots don't come back. But what's also weird about that is the grass isn't growing. It's St. Augustine grass, which grows in the shade because we have a lot of trees out there. Nothing I need here. So the grass has been dormant. It's not growing. And yet the roots are coming in from somewhere. What it probably... Okay, because it's the ground temperature that it needs a certain ground temperature in order to grow. So it's probably warmer in the house right now than it is outside. But then the roots were all dead when we took the paint off. The roots weren't alive. There was no moisture back there. The roots were all dried up and dead. So I don't know. I suspect that whatever was causing the roots to grow is gone now, and that all we need to do at this point is just scrape the roots off and repaint. We'll be fine. But to prevent it from happening again is the tough part. So in the resources section here, I'm looking for a couple of different things. I'm looking for high tensile spider iron, spidroin. I don't know how to say it. That's a very rare resource that you can't make on your own, so you just have to find it in different shops. You might be able to manufacture it in like an outpost or something, but not that I've seen. And then also, what else am I looking for? There was neurologic. It's kind of an organic compound that we're looking for our high-powered chems.
Be my guest.
Or alchemy ingredients, I suppose. Oh, I need to get all this crap off of Sarah, too.
If you need anything else, you know where to find us.
Hey.
Hey. Let's trade gear.
If you have any gear you want me to haul, I'm happy to help.
I just want to get the stuff off of you for now. Anti-personnel suppressed. Yeah, I can sell that. I can sell that. I can sell that. This I'm going to keep. Because if I can mod this, it's an advanced solstice with the furious modifier on it. If I can mod this to a fully automatic pistol with a really high fire rate, then that each consecutive hit deals more damage. This thing is going to get tough, especially considering that I have a 5% chance to ignite an enemy, and that stacks. This could be a really powerful weapon. So I'm going to keep that. I'm going to mod that up. Radioactive Orion might be good, but it is a base level rifle. It is not an advanced tier like what we currently have equipped. So this is going to do a lot less damage, even though it does have that radioactive modifier on it, which is nice. It's not what we're looking for. Same with this. This is a calibrated tier. We are running an advanced tier. This is doing much less damage, even though this rounds fire in a shotgun-like spread. Especially for a sniper rifle, that's not super useful. This kind of turns this into a close-range weapon, and pretty cool just with the random nature of this stuff. It's you kind of get stuff that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
Of course.
You might get a completely awesome random roll with these legendary weapons, or you might get something that's completely useless. That's more or less completely useless. Yeah, we got 13,000 more credits to work with there. All the non-energy stuff I can sell because I don't have any use for it. Miscellaneous is Digipix. See if I have anything to sell from the... Yeah, don't need that. Could use that. I don't want to keep that for some reason. Don't know why. Refined pack. Don't need that. This looks cool. The helmet on its own looks cool. It doesn't really match the rest of the spacesuit, but I can keep that.
The Trade Authority appreciates your visit.
Do I have anything else to sell off? How am I doing on credits? Let's see. Encumbrance is fine. Credits are 69,000. I wonder how much... Nice. I wonder how much I need to get the next upgrade on my ship. Let's take a look at that. Let's move over and do some shipbuilding here. At least talk through the plans I have for this. Now, the ship, I'm using the Vic Viper from the Gradius series as the base, and I'm customizing the Frontier, the first ship that you get for free for it. Now, there's some groundwork I'm trying to do on this thing.
Okay, no problem.
So we'll go here, we'll do shipbuilder. Missing a lot of pieces right now, but we'll get there. The first thing I did was I replaced the reactor with the biggest Type C reactor core that I could find, and this bad boy was like $75,000. So I had a lot of credits to save up for. The next thing was the grav drive. Now after this, I think I gotta focus on the engines. So let's see what kind of credits we need for these engines. It's gonna take a lot of money and a lot of work to get this thing to where it's better than the Starborn Guardian ship that I have right now. This is a class A. We need to go all the way down to the bottom list. We're only using the class C stuff. Ooh, that's a nice big engine. The side mount on it, that's what we need. Could go right there, or even up to the next level so I can have space for more stuff underneath it. This is a 25,000. Oh no, this is a $37,000 thing. So two of these, I need a few more thousand credits. I'm gonna need like 30 or I'm sorry, $76,000 credits in order to 76,000 credits in order to afford this thing. Two of them anyway, because just one isn't going to do it. Although I guess I could just buy the one now and come back when I have the credits for the second one. Let's go ahead and throw that on there. Now I got errors. What kind of errors do I have? Ship has too few landing gears. I can plant another one on there. Ship is too heavy for grav jump. Docker modules need to be outside edge of the ship. Okay, so I need to move this thing back down so that there's room for the dock. Okay, that reduces it down to 2. Let's put a cheap landing gear on there. That might clear me out. Cheapest landing gear they got. And another one. Ship is too heavy to grav jump. Okay, I might be able to remove this engine. Does that save anything? No, it does not. How am I going to reduce the weight? I needed to increase the weight by adding landing gears. How do I reduce the weight? I don't have any more weight to reduce. What is the issue here? I have a Class C. Oh no, the grav drive is Class A. Okay, I'm going to cancel all the modifications on this thing, get all my money back, because I need to focus on the grav drive next. That's the next bottleneck here. I'm sure I can afford a better grav drive at this point. Yeah, well, oh no. Do I want the big boy here? Let's see. Grav jump thrust is 50 for this one. 45 for this one. I think this is the one that I want. This one has attachment brackets all over it, so this would be very nice to have. But it's also very, very expensive. Also has the same 50 and also the same attachability. It's a little less expensive. Okay, so I got a lot of saving to do. I need around 95 to 107,000 credits. Yeah, all right, we got some more saving to do. No modifications for the ships yet. That's the next foundational piece, is the grav drive, it looks like. All right, 100,000 credits is needed. Let's see what's next on the mission board here. Locate a slushy subsurface seas in Kamasi. All right, all right. Okay, we got a red line here, so we have not explored. This goes from Wolf. Yes. Can't get there from Narion, it looks like.
Counted for. We're ready to depart.
Let's make sure that there aren't any...
Andresia.
Ooh, I wanted to hear what Barrett was about to say to Andresia.
Why do you draw out the vowels of my name in such a prolonged manner?
It's like saying hey and your name at the same time. It's friendly.
I don't see how that would be friendly. My name is my name, and it should not be altered without my permission.
Oh.
You know, I hadn't thought about it that way, but that's entirely fair.
Did you have a question for me, or did you just want to attempt to say my name?
I just wanted to check in with you and make sure all was well.
I appreciate that. All is well. Thank you, Barrett.
Ah!
Okay, point made, Andresia.
I like Andresia. I like Barrett too. I think I like most of the followers. I do understand the criticism that people give this game for not having more, you know, evil aligned followers, I would say. Not even that. It's just like most of these characters, except for maybe Andreja is the exception, they're all very do-gooder characters, right? It doesn't leave for like a whole lot of a room for like I want to say like gray area roleplay or things like that. They're all very good guy characters, and Andreja included, although she has kind of like a dark past and her morals might be just a little looser because of it. Even she's a very good guy character. So if you're playing a bad guy or like a somewhere in the middle shade of gray character, it's hard to have a companion in this game. On the one side, I feel like it's a good thing because these characters have their own personalities and everything, and I think they're well written and well fleshed out and everything. But not a whole lot of diversity, I think, in terms of personalities. I mean, they do all have their own personality. I think, like I said, they're well fleshed out. They're well executed. I mean, diversity in terms of alignment.
Landing side looks clean. Let's set it down.
So let's see. We talked a little bit about Starfield versus Fallout 4, and I feel like that is the most fair comparison that you're going to get because Fallout 4 is the closest thing to this game. This game has made several improvements, but did take some steps back. So the improvements that it made, graphics, I think the writing is a lot better in this game than it was in Fallout 4. It leads you to more free-form roleplay and gameplay. You can tell your own story with this game a lot easier than you can tell your own story with Fallout 4. It's more on par with Skyrim in that way, where you have very open-ended character creation, character development. You're free to write your own backstory for your character, whereas Fallout 4, that was all kind of really predetermined, the background of the character. Those look like pterodactyls. Got a lot to scan in this planet. A lot of structures here, not a whole lot of geological traits here yet. We're looking for slushy subsurface seas. It is a structure that looks like a pirate outpost, so it might be fun to take them on, but Hack Twistfin. Cephalopod scavengers. Interesting. So yeah, graphics are better, writing's better. I feel like the main story and the quest lines are better. The followers are definitely better than Fallout 4. The weapon models are better, the performance is better, the combat is better. I would say in most ways that matter, this game is a vast improvement over Fallout 4. Okay, they're coming after me now. This is kind of frightening.
I can't take much more.
The ways that Fallout 4 are better, I have a few key ones. One is the crafting system. In this game, you need resources to craft, and you gather resources either by buying them from vendors or by gathering them from planets. Gathering them from planets, unless you're looking for something very specific, and in which case you're gonna find a planet that has it, start an outpost, and start extracting. Ooh, adhesive is something that I need a lot of, actually.
That's what those look like on the inside.
Yeah, it's disgusting, right? Yeah, then you set up an outpost to extract those resources from the surface. You're really going to be finding most of your crafting resources at major major civilizations, like New Atlantis, Aquila City. And that's also where all your crafting benches are. So you get access to all the crafting benches at the lodge, Constellation headquarters. And you also have access to a bunch of vendors there that will sell all kinds of resources to you. So there's very little need to go out of your way to find crafting materials because they're all just right there and you can buy them for super cheap. They don't weigh a lot. And they're just a point and click fast travel away from the lodge where you have all your crafting tables and things like that. In Fallout 4, every piece of junk and clutter and scrap that you find can be used to craft something else. And that was ingenious because it gave every little piece of the game world, every little, coffee cup that you find, every pack of duct tape that you find, every loose desk fan that you find, a purpose. It's not just clutter. In this game, it goes back to just being clutter, like it was in Skyrim or whatever. It's useless. There's no reason to be able to have to pick this stuff up. There's no reason to have to scavenge for materials because it's all just right there, ready for you to buy at an extremely affordable price. The other thing is the modular armor. Fallout 4 I think made a great design decision when you had two different arm pieces for armor. You had two different leg pieces for armor. Then you had a separate head piece and a separate chest piece. And then later on you could like equip backpacks and stuff like that. This game, you only have like a main body piece, which is your spacesuit, and you have your helmet and your pack, and that's it. Not as fun. It makes it really hard to make cool looking mashups and things like that because you have a full ass spacesuit, and you might have a mashed up helmet, and you might have a mashed up pack, like boost pack or whatever. But you have much less pieces of armor that you get to customize and deal with and manage than you did in even Skyrim. So yeah, I guess if I'm using this as like a wish list for the Elder Scrolls 6, I would like them to go back to using clutter as crafting resources and also the modular armor from Fallout 4. And I could see them, a lot of people complain about how all these planets are empty and stuff, but I think if they did it on a smaller scale, like it looks like the Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be taking place in the Iliac Bay region. And if it is indeed in Hammerfell, on the Hammerfell side of the bay, and maybe not as much on the High Rock side of the bay. Okay, you guys gonna fight me? We don't have to fight unless you make it so we have to fight. I'm up on terrain. Alright. They don't seem to really want to fight, they're just warning me off. I think if they did the planetary exploration thing on a smaller scale, and instead of entire empty planets, they were islands, and you could put like headquarters, outposts, settlements, Hearthfire homes or whatever on these islands, and treated the exploration of the Iliac Bay and the surrounding ocean in the same way, that could work really well. And you could also customize your ship, your naval ship, in the same way that you can customize your spaceship in this game. I think that would also be a fantastic addition to the Elder Scrolls 6.
Zeroing in on anything useful?
But I also really want them to refine their melee mechanics a lot more than what they have. Starfield has much better melee mechanics than they did in Fallout 4, you know, minus the fact that you can't upgrade your melee weapons at all, which is a bummer. I think it works a little better, but if I could see them refine that a little bit more, maybe have some actual move sets with some of these weapons to make each weapon feel a little different. I think that could go a long way. Creature pile, that sounds appetizing. I can see all that working. And I'm actually excited. Some people, I don't know. You have like 50% of people who really like this game, and another 50% of people who really love to hate it for various reasons. Sometimes they just don't like the game. Sometimes they just really dislike something that BGS did. Speaking of the modpocalypse. The newest modpocalypse controversy. I can see both sides of that argument, honestly. It's not black and white to me. But oh yeah, here's one of those sunrise moments. It's like this was all just nighttime, and now all of a sudden sun is coming up. Or not necessarily the sun, but some other star. What do we have over here? Hopefully it's a slushy subsurface sea. Crystal crater, huh? Dead botanists. Interesting.
I don't stock up on junk.
Your med pack. Midnight Delight. What's that? I don't know, but I feel like I have to have it. Something named Midnight Delight. Oh, okay. Not what we were looking for here. There's another natural point of interest over here, though. A little less than a kilometer away. That should put us closer to this life science point of interest by quite a bit. Oh, that's a beautiful Kodak moment right there. Look at that. The lighting system is really good in this game. They don't always... the stuff that Todd touts up there on the stage, it doesn't always pan out like the, you know, the whole 16 times the detail stuff. But I don't think that he understood this global illumination system. This looks fantastic. This is kind of the awe-inspiring moment when you're exploring a desolate planet. Ooh. Okay. We don't want no trouble. It's alright, bro. Hold your ground. I'll go around. Now, sometimes I'll go out of my way. The boss aliens in this game that have the multiple life bars, they're tougher to take down. They're very spongy, but they do also provide, when you kill them and loot their corpse, they provide alien genetic material, which can be used for very... Oh, did I dislocate a limb? Great. It can be used for very powerful pharmaceuticals, drugs. Oh, great. To make things a lot more playable on higher difficulty levels and higher New Game Plus levels. So sometimes I'll do like a farming trip and take out the high level boss enemies and get their alien genetic material, their AGM. Slanesh, welcome you. I don't know who Slanesh is, but I'm appreciative of the welcome. What else we got? Oh, another cephalopod. Oh, Sarah took care of that guy. She got a strong weapon. She picked something up. So the followers in this game, they do this in other games too. But if they see a weapon on the ground or whatever, or on a weapon rack or something that, oh, 40 40k Warhammer things, I gotcha. That's one world I haven't dived into yet.
So, what have we got? Animal, vegetable.
But it's a wide, deep world, that's for sure. A lot of people love it. Yeah, so followers and NPCs in general in this game, they behave a lot like other BGS games, even though it was like less prevalent, I suppose. If they see something that's more powerful on the ground or on the weapon rack or something that they can go pick up that's more powerful than what they're actually wielding. Oop, yeah, so here's another boss alien. We'll go ahead and take him out. He's either going to have the dark quasar material or he's going to have the dark degenerate tissue. Quark degenerate tissues is what I was looking for there. Hypercatalyst is also nice. So he's either going to have the quark degenerate tissue or they're going to have the alien genetic stuff. The quark stuff is less useful in my experience than the alien genetic material, but the alien genetic material is a key ingredient in some very powerful chems like the supermassive black heart one that I have. When the going get tough, I usually pop this one. Supermassive black heart is an inhaler. It gives you 500% power recovery for like the reactive shields. It slows time by 50% for 10 seconds. It gives you plus 50% damage for 10 seconds and plus 75% movement speed for 10 seconds. So when you need a short little boost, that's there. And there's a whole bunch of those that are like that on different levels. And you need alien genetic material, the coelamite, which is the stuff that encases the artifacts, and some other less rare ingredients to build them. But that alien genetic material is definitely a resource bottleneck. So I try to gather those up whenever I can. How's the stream doing today? We had 19 dropped frames, which is still good for 0.0%. Okay, good. I know I was struggling with that last stream. Appears to have been fixed. Alright, I need to get close. This is a higher level guy. This is a level 45. Still able to one-shot him. That's good. Anything good? Nothing I need. Okay, this definitely does not look slushy. Lone Hill. No properties to find on this one. Okay, so let's go over to the life science and see if these two question mark circles that I have over here in the survey data. Those are planet traits, and these like little natural points of interest and stuff. Sometimes they there's actually a dung pile over there, which might be useful. Ooh, a dung pile. One of those things I never thought I'd hear myself say. But sometimes they have high value resources in them. No, just the quark degenerate stuff. I wonder what that's used for. I have not seen that as a requirement to make anything yet. What the heck is trying to fight me? I don't see anything. Okay. So off to the life science point of interest over here. And the neon, that's that missing resource I need for the planet survey. Okay, got all resources now. Still need a lot of flora and fauna to get complete survey data on this planet. Here we go. Unexplored biological feature, probably not going to count for the geological feature that we have the bounty for. We have another life signs marker over here. It could be exactly the same thing that we just scanned, or it could be something completely different. We'll never know till we get there. Okay, still not showing up. This is way over here. We'll get there though. There it is. 1.2 kilometers away. Cephalopod scavengers are pretty aggressive, so we'll give him a wide berth. He wasn't a boss one anyway. Before I go any further, I'm gonna do a quick save just so I don't lose any progress. This game is generally very stable, at least for me. But you just never know. It's still a BGS game, and all massive open world games, or this is like an open area game, but each one of their open areas is bigger than vast majority of other games, complete open worlds. Just having that much game to have loaded all at once, and then streaming data off the hard drive and things like that, just, it creates instability. You get crashes in this game, you get crashes in Cyberpunk, Assassin's Creed. All of that stuff. Speaking of Assassin's Creed and Ubisoft, that Avatar game is actually, people are really liking it. Might have to put that on my backlog. Kind of a Far Cry 3 style, but in the Avatar world, the big blue alien world, not the Airbender world. It looks beautiful, too. Ubisoft seems to have knocked it out of the park with that one. That makes me more excited about the Star Wars Outlaws game. It's also open world in that same vein, that they're actually going to do the license justice. Speaking of Star Wars games, I did mention how the Jedi Survivor game was very unoptimized on PC. So I had to stop about 10 hours into playing that one, but I did play it for a while. I've started playing that again on PS5, and with a smoother frame rate. Oh my god, the game is gorgeous, and it is a lot of fun. Looking forward to booting it back up at some point this weekend, playing some more of it. Got it on sale on a PS5 PlayStation Store sale, end of year sale. I think I got it for like 30 bucks or so. And I also got the Dead Space remake on that too, which is another bad PC port, but was good on consoles. Looking forward to playing that one because I did really like the original back when that came out. I'm Amphibious thicket. Same crap as the last one. Okay, let's go find another biome to land in. Yeah, these dung piles, yeah, it's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. There's like bones and other organic slime in here. But you can find really useful stuff in it. I lost Sarah. Oh no, there she is. Okay, let's find another biome to land in here. We might be able to find this trait a little better. Try one of the poles here. They might... Frozen volcanic, that's already 100%, so... Might be a PoE up here, though. I'm not going to find any more stuff, but if it's frozen volcanic, we might be able to find some frozen, slushy subsurface seas over here.
Fire up your hand scanner. I bet you'll find plenty here to catalogue.
Fire up your hand scanner. Is that what they're calling it these days? Is that what the kids are calling it? Point of interest, another natural one. Okay, let's go see what we got over here. Seems promising. Not gonna find any new animal or plant life over here, so I can ignore trying to scan everything else. The third-person view for this. I really like the third-person view in this game. I think the camera moves really well. Character movement works really well with a controller, even though it may not work as well in first person. Or with mouse and keyboard, I mean. Magus has played this game a lot with keyboard and mouse, and he said that the third-person view works really terribly with that input system. But I found it to be really nice with a controller. So I've spent most of my time playing in third person, but there are a few bugs that they need to fix with this. The most obvious one is at some point your head gets stuck all the way to the left. And it just gets stuck like that, which looks ridiculous. But also there's an aiming bug, an aim down sight bug. Or see, now he's stuck in aim down sight. I'm not holding the trigger anymore. But that makes it so that sometimes when you jump, this doesn't work. The advanced boost pack slow time hovering just doesn't work. And also if you have a gun equipped with a scope, every once in a while when you do an aim down sights to look through the scope, it'll do a 180. The camera will look completely behind you. Which is very detrimental to gameplay. It can cause you some deaths that is just not your fault at all. Okay, we got an unknown feature up here. Got to get up there somehow. Either find a path or just brute force it with the boost pack. I'm opting for the latter option. Still more to this thing somewhere. Ah, here we go. Exposed root system. Okay. So not what we were looking for. We're gonna have to go to another planet for this slushy subsurface seas. Say that 10 times fast. Come back to this planet to complete the scan on it later. Slushy subsurface seas. What are we looking at here? Let's try Kumasi 2. This looks like it has a lot of water on it. Go to a civilian outpost here. Just as a starting point. Shipping crate. Okay, what's in this? Probably be some good stuff here. I don't see any other ships. Plutonium, don't need that. We're not time traveling here. Might be closer. No, not even close. Lots of jettisoned shipping crates. Weird. More plutonium. And more plutonium. Yeah, don't even need it. Interesting. I wonder where those came from. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother with the civilian outposts or the points of the landing points here. Just going to plot myself right down in the North Pole. Start trying to focus on points of interest here.
Landing cycle.
Some flora and fauna to scan here. Ah, there's some life signs over there. That might be something. There is only one planetary trait on this one, so one circle with a question mark there in the survey window. If I can quickly eliminate this planet from consideration for this slushy subsurface seas thing we're looking for, then we can move on to the next planet. Are you guys trying to kill me? You guys trying to kill each other? Alright. Nobody seems to be going after me, so let's just move on. I'm gonna hear Sarah start shooting at them now. Ugh, right through that gas cloud. That's another thing that bugs me about this game. It's like, your spacesuit should be airtight. Why does poisonous gas leak in? How does that happen? If your spacesuit is airtight, you shouldn't have to worry about poisonous gases. I mean, corrosive gases, maybe? Oh, these guys are very aggressive. All right. Anything useful on them? Nah.
There's got to be something useful out here.
I hope so, Sarah. I hope so. It's a weird looking plant. Oh, I remember one thing I was going to do. Two different life signs over here. This is the one that we were going for. We'll hit this one next. I was going to fix the volume on the game. Oh, wow, that guy's coming right at me. Yeah, crap. That's not what I wanted. Volume mixer, please. There we go. Now you can actually hear what's going on in the game. How about that? Oh, no, he's not attacking me. He's just coming at me. Running by me. Not an aggressive animal. This was not expected with those teeth. You guys could be a good pet, maybe. Alright. See you later, bud. Sailgator herbivore. Those do not look like herbivorous teeth, right? Definitely look like carnivore teeth, but maybe the plant life here is really thick. Okay, got them all scanned up. In need of, you know, bigger, more impressive dental formations, I guess. Oh, don't want to kill these guys. They are friends. Sailgators. Why are you killing that guy? He's not gonna hurt us. Now, there was a boss alien in here somewhere with multiple life bars. Yeah, he just has the quirk degenerate tissues. Not useful. Looking for alien genetic material, but not the quirk degenerate stuff. Another point of interest all the way out there. The natural one. We'll do that after the life sign here. Oh my goodness. Alright, this thing was really far away. Getting closer though. Okay. Trying to get biome complete on this at least to get a head start of when I do come back and complete the survey scan on this planet. This planet might be habitable. No, I don't think so. Not if we're wearing spacesuits. But we can still sell it to Vladimir once we unlock that part. Unexplored biological feature. Okay, what do we got here? Who's shooting? Oh, that's Sarah. Alright, she can handle herself. I got more important work to do. She's got a machine gun and a jetpack. She'll be fine. Amphibious thicket. Okay, so this is the same thing that we found over in that other planet. So I'm also not sure. I still feel the need to go check out this natural POE. Point of interest, POI. Because I'm not sure that these bounties are always going to line up exactly with a physical planet trait. They have so far, but I don't know that that's a hard and fast rule, you know? Try to dodge that poisonous cloud on the way past it. Still have more flora and fauna to scan on this one. Already got those guys. And one more resource, which should be right there on that rock. The palladium. Palladium? It's palladium. Now there's this huge, like, monolithic stone structure over here, which I doubt is a slushy subsurface sea. Man, guys, I'm getting hungry. You coming at me? I wouldn't. It's one of those boss characters. I might have alien genetic material, but I think I have enough of it. Yeah? Charge if you wanna. Okay, lost interest. Alright. These guys all dead. Just got killed by the poor old jobbers. Definitely a unique geological structure here. Probably not going to be what we're looking for, but if once we get this marked, we'll move on to another planet. Stone Spire, yeah, not part of the planetary traits. Also not a slushy subsurface sea. All right. Let's head on to the third planet. I don't think we've looked at this one yet. Hey, James Ansel, welcome, welcome. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you too, buddy. Yeah, almost Christmas. Almost the start of a new year. I'm doing well. I think we're mostly done with our Christmas shopping. There are a couple of straggler things to get here and there. Shouldn't be a big deal. And then also, there are other friends that I'm going to see after Christmas that we have a little more time to shop for, so no pressure there.
Oh, it's nice to finally be
Gonna go
off our
see
ship.
the in-laws tomorrow and then see my side of the family on Christmas, so get to catch up with people. What about you? Do you have any Christmas plans? We got 3 different planetary traits on this one. Any one of them could be a slushy subsurface sea that we're looking for the bounty. Can't seem to scan that. There we go. So basically what we're doing in Starfield today is clearing my mission board, quest log basically, and also trying to make money to customize our ship. So right now we're looking in this system for a geological feature called slushy subsurface seas. So I've been going to different moons and different planets and scanning geological traits. Also trying to get a head start on completing the survey data as well that we can sell off for a lot of money. And a lot of money is what we need in order to afford these ship upgrades. Done for Christmas presents, now calling useful presents because I keep trying to buy things that will be useful often and not kept hidden, so I bought some new cups for my family. Oh, nice. That's good. Yeah, I mean, those are also always useful, right? The things that people always need but don't want to buy for themselves. Those make some of the best gifts. People don't want to spend the money on it. because it's like boring or mundane or whatever, but when you buy that stuff for it might be like a boring gift or whatever. I don't think so, but what you're actually giving them is the gift of more disposable income for things that they actually want to spend their money on, right? And people do appreciate that. Unknown feature, an infected grove, not a slushy subsurface sea. Okay. Well, let's go check out this life sign over here, and maybe we'll see another point of interest on the way. That's disappointing. Wow, the sunset or sunrise just looks phenomenal, though, doesn't it? Field of view, yes please. Depth of field on. I'm trying to make the background not so blurry. I'm trying to make the foreground blurry. Which I think we'll be able to do. Here we go. Oh, far start. Here we go. That's what I was looking for. There, we're getting better. Well, I try to keep my gifts around 30 to 40 pounds or euros or dollars. I'm not the kind of person who would pay over thousands of pounds for gifts. Yeah, no, I get you. I get you. You're still pounds over there in the UK, right? I've not adopted the euro system yet. Happy Saturday, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all. How's it going? How's it going? I'm doing great, actually. I'm looking forward to spending some time with the family, even though, you know, that can be stressful. I'm feeling good about it right now. Ask me on the 26th, but yeah, looking forward to it. Think we got most of our Christmas shopping done, I hope. Really hoping I didn't forget anybody. Just looking forward to enjoying the holiday now. How about you, Grumpy Kitty? Are you all set? Ready for the holidays, the new year? But we left Europe, oh yeah, the Brexit thing, yeah. Still NATO, but still didn't take the euros. Okay. Not part of the European Union anymore. Boy, that was a whole big thing when that happened. Okay, we got some life signs over here. This will actually count as one of the biologic or the traits of the planet. So now we have one left, and it could be the slushy subsurface seas that we are actually looking for. And it looks like we have another landmark out here. That's a natural one. That is promising, but it is 1.3 kilometers away. Boost pack helps a little bit. Hopefully the one of the patches that they put out has some sort of means of faster traversal, which I think that they're going to do. I don't know if they're going to give us vehicles or just upgraded jetpacks that actually operate as jetpacks and allow us to fly there faster. I'd be happy with either one. Vehicles present a little more of a technical hurdle, though. They still do have the horses system from Skyrim somewhere in the code that they could use for more of like maybe a speeder bike or something from Star Wars. But still a technical hurdle getting that up and running. I was very much a European focused person. Didn't agree with Brexit. Want you to do for the easy travel and better markets. Yeah. No, to me that whole isolationist movement seems kind of silly. The world's already globalized and there's not much we can't. The term a lot of people like to use these days is you can't put the genie back in the bottle. I feel like there were things that were better before globalization, things that were a lot worse before globalization, but like it or not, it's here to stay. I don't think there's much we can do about it. And I think for every plus that you get from leaving the European Union, there's at least one negative for it. Isolationist technology? No, I don't. Not really. I mean, we're passing some policies right now, trying to keep AI from using, or trying to keep China from using our AI technology. But that's only something that we're going to be able to slow down. But for the most part, I think we're pretty globalized. The markets that we use for technology and everything else is not very isolationist. Now, China, I would say, is very isolationist technologically. Well, no, okay, I'll take that back. They're more isolationist than the US are because their government wants to be able to control flow of information and everything, and being able to control technology is a big part of that. Okay, what do we have here? This is a kind of a glacial, an icy outcropping. Does this count for slushy subsurface seas? Kind of the same theme, but not exactly what we were looking for. The United States is, I think, less interested in controlling the flow of information and what people do with their technology, as long as it's, you know, safe. Market-wise, we are also very globalized, and there's no going back to that either. Okay, there's another life sign way out there, 1.2 kilometers away. But no, we ship our cars all over the place. We ship our computer parts all over the place. Hell, we even ship our military parts all over the place too. Okay. Getting closer. Oh wow, I have Half-Life somehow. And not the iconic video game Half-Life, just actually half of my life bar. Got carried away fighting aliens, didn't see that. Another amphibious thicket. Okay, we've already found this one. All right. Well, you know what? It's almost 2 o'clock. I can't believe I've been doing this for 3 hours already. Yeah, it might be time to pack it in. Thank you everybody for joining. Those of you who did and have been here and have been watching me slowly explore planets in search of credits to upgrade my gear with. You know, this is one of my favorite parts of every weekend, is being able to hang out with you guys and play video games and just, you know, talk BS a little bit. And I have enjoyed it today as well. So please do like and subscribe. Check out the links in the channel below if you like this kind of thing. If not, then don't worry about it. We'll see you around somewhere, I guess. And I think that's it for me. All right, guys. Catch you around. Have a happy holidays. Be safe out there. And I'll catch you next time, all right?